Hey folks, Alex Gertsburg, CEO of Cover My Six, co-managing partner of Gertsburg Licata. So before I started my own firm in 2012, I served as in-house counsel for a telecom company that did operations globally, had employees all over the place, customers and assets all over the world. And we used a lot of outside counsel. And there were things about working with outside counsel that used to just irritate the crap out of me, right? One was I hated having to ask them what was going on in my matter, right? I was paying them $300, $400, $500 an hour or more, and I had to chase them down for information. That drove me crazy. I hated sticker shock on my invoices, right? That drove me crazy. And then I hated when there were things that crept into invoices or crept into the scope of work that I didn't approve. That drove me crazy. Obviously, results mattered, and I needed good lawyers who were going to do a great job for me and deliver results. But then there were just these basic logistical blocking and tackling things that would just irritate the crap out of me. So I kind of had a mindset shift about how I worked with outside counsel at some point. And instead of signing the engagement letter that they gave me that had all of these pages attached to it with how they did business with their clients, I flipped the script and I sent them my own outside counsel guidelines. And that's what I want to show you here. So if you're in-house counsel, this may benefit you, especially if you don't have your own outside counsel guidelines already. Or even if you do, maybe this will optimize them for you, right? So basically, when I would get, before I even got an outside counsel in the mix, I actually used an RFP process. And that used to piss off a lot of lawyers that I would already have relationships with, but I was cool with it, right? The bigger the matter, the more important it was that we had a competitive bidding process. That helped me as an in-house counsel, helped me be transparent, helped me make decisions based on how they were going to bill us, how they were going to staff it, what the experience level was, and what their strategy was going to be. And I asked all four of those questions in my RFP. So I'd send it out. I'd have 3, 4, 5 law firms bid on every matter over $50,000 or $25,000. Once you hit a threshold, we went to bids. I would attach these outside counsel guidelines to the RFP so that they knew what I needed when they were going to do business with me. And here's what those look like, right? So proactive communication. And I wanted a copy of everything, every piece of correspondence, every internal memo, easy to transition if I needed to transition the matter to somewhere else. And I want them to be totally transparent with me. So every single piece of paper on a matter I want in my file. I want them creating an upfront litigation plan. At the end of this document, I'll show you what one of those look like. I want upfront budgeting, right? No overruns of 10% will be paid unless I've approved it in advance, right? Then here's guidelines on how they can staff my matters, right? It has to be based on expertise. It can't just automatically be one senior lawyer and one junior lawyer who doesn't know what they're doing and they're getting trained on my dime. We don't pay for training, as it says right here. They can train all they want, but not on my dime. Generally, one timekeeper per task per meeting. There's exceptions to that, but generally that's my rule. And I want detailed billing for every task, billing descriptions for every task. And I will tell you, the bigger the dollar amount, the more detail I want, okay? That's really important. So then, the right level of attorney or staff member needs to be assigned to the right kind of task. Attorneys shouldn't be doing things, or senior lawyers shouldn't be doing things that junior lawyers can do. Lawyers shouldn't be doing things that paralegals can do. Paralegals shouldn't be billing for things that secretaries can do without billing. That's all right here. Examples of what we will and will not pay for is right here. Oh, here's how invoices should look. Super important. Again, I don't like sticker shock and I don't like things getting crammed into my invoices. Here are procedures for expenses, what we will and will not cover. Here's a signature. This is a contract, just like any engagement letter would be a contract. And here's some formats for the litigation plan. I really want them doing the thinking up front and walking me through their strategy up front. It helps with efficiency. It helps with predictability and strategy. I don't want them building the strategy on the fly as we go along. That's a recipe for expense and unpredictability, right? And then here's what a sample budget template looks like, okay? Now look, if this is a small claims court, I'm probably not getting outside counsel anyway, but if I am, I don't expect them to go through all of these hoops. But once they hit a threshold of the billing I'm expecting to have on that matter, they better jump through these hoops. There's a lot of lawyers out there. There's a lot of money that I'm spending with lawyers if I'm in-house counsel. And I've got to look good for my CEO, for my board, for my employees, and I want to give them the absolute best legal service no matter who I'm using out there. This goes a long way to accomplish that goal. So I will send a copy of this set of outside counsel guidelines to you. There's a link below this video. Click on it, go there, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then I'll send this to you. All right? Hope this was helpful. Have a great day.